Hello to you, my fellow lords and ladies of darkness. How are you guys doing today? How's life? As I have already mentioned in the last episode, today we're going to get into Thaumic Energistics. And yes, I have been busy. We do have our crystal growth accelerators, and we have our semi-automated inscribers. It's nothing super fancy or anything, it's just Ender conduits with filters. What you do is that you dump everything inside the input chest, like so. Everything goes to its allocated location, it gets processed, and you get the outcome. We are never ever going to change this system, I'm just going to cover it, and later on when we have an applied Energistics system, we're just going to hook it up to Ender chests. It's a pain to reassemble. However, we needed the basics in order to get into Thaumic Energistics, so let's do that. I have never ever played with this mod before, so first off, we're gonna test it. We're going to start with an ME controller, and I think the first item that we have to craft is the Arcane Crafting Terminal, which is supposed to be like the Arcane Work Table. You know, this thing that we have over here. So it's an ME terminal, Arcane Workbench, and Engineering Processor. My bad, Calculation Processor. Cool. Also, for the moment, let us get one drive, and we are also going to try and make a few storage cells. And for storing Essentia, apparently we are going to need a different type of storage cell. So for the moment, the controller, the drive, storage, a stupid cable, and one terminal. They work. I can dump everything inside, right? Okay. Good to know. It's a very good thing that we have an ethereal essence farm, because for the storage, you need quite a bit. But let us see if I can craft it over here. You're not very smart, but very good. It does work. It's a bit different than normal storage cells. Those hold 63 types. The essential ones hold 12, which I'm assuming it's nothing, unless you get the creative one. I am transferring some bits and bobs over here, and I want to see if it works the way that I think it does. Let us get some warded glass, a 4K ME Essentia storage component, which shall be converted into a storage cell. Do you go in? Okay, I have never played, so I wouldn't know. It does have different types of cores, that's interesting. The first thing that I want to try is the Essentia terminal. Let's put you over there and grab, I don't know, some cognito. So if I put you here, are you gonna... Oh. So I don't need jars. Interesting. But the most important function for me is going to be the alchemical furnace. Does it work? I mean, it should. So if I make myself an Essentia import bus, put the Arcane Olympics, import from you, give you some fuel, and I don't know, smelt a metallum? Will I get metallum? I do get metallum. Okay, lovely. That's the most important thing for me at this very moment. Everything with this system is amazing, the potentials are greater. There is a but, right? Yeah, there is a but. Yes, there is. It has a slight flaw. Well, not a flaw because of the system, because how I was trying to make my own base. I was planning to have a main base over here, a Thaumcraft base over there, correct? And I don't think that it's necessary to mention, but I wanted to have different storage systems for them. You don't have to, I just wanted to. However, just to be able to craft this import bus, I had to go to my Ender system like 3 times to bring the items that I need. At first I thought it's going to be easy, you just separate the things from Thaumcraft, put it inside this system, and the other stuff goes into the main system, which is going to be in the main base. But that's really not gonna work. A logical solution is that we make a quantum ring from applied Energistics, but in this version it's not as easy as you would think, and it's very expensive for us. So yeah, we should have one system, but we can't connect it at this very moment using a quantum ring. So I think here's what we're going to do. We are going to make our Thaumcraft base, we are going to have an applied Energistics system over there, with Thaumic Energistics as well, and then whenever we make our main base, maybe over here, then we will connect them using quantum rings. But that's like way in the future. But now that we are going to make a Thaumcraft base, let us gather some blocks. We go to the dimension of darkness. Oh my goodness. Go to hell. Open. Thank you. We go in. I don't really want to kill the boss, I just want some blocks. Oops. Yeah, we start here by removing you and then switching everything with cobblestone. I'm not sure if I want to use these blocks or not, but it doesn't hurt to have them. Oops. Oh, we can't fly. I forgot. I think even if you're in creative, the boss is going to kill you. Oh, there's a spawner for you. Jerks. This should be a decent amount of blocks for a base. Small base. Yeah, I shouldn't get that far. I might get lost. We go home. Yes. We're finally moving on. And yeah, I'm consuming some knowledge fragments. Thaumic Energistics is like the best thing ever. I'm also transferring everything from our inventory panel to our applied Energistics. It takes time. But welcome to our Thaumcraft base. A window. No, obviously. I have to start working on the entrance, but the entire thing is a work in progress. You might notice that. We have our terminals, we have a few drives, we have our alchemical furnaces, we have our alchemical constructs. I had to make 2 of them because, you know, symmetry is important, and hopefully this is my bedroom with a lovely view. I would be able to see my dominion, obstructed by a mountain, but it's good. And on the end of the tunnel, we have our infusion altar. This is the most important reason I set up this entire base, and it's not even tested yet. There is a block called Infusion Provider. What does it do? Provides infusion. Now, it seems that if you put it under the central pedestal, it's going to provide your infusion altar with the essentia that it's going to need. I'm not sure, but we're gonna check it. On its own, it's not a horrible recipe, but we want something easy to craft. I mean, a charged silver cap will do. I don't want anything complicated. So here is an inert silver cap. I don't really know what inert means. And to Silas Mundus, do we have all the essentials? It's aurum and potential. I mean, if this works, it's just gonna be amazing. Are you getting essentia? Oh yes, it does work. I love this. It's amazing. This thing is great. I don't really need the caps, but you know, we just wanted to test it. So I don't need jars ever again, everything comes from the system. As long as you have essentia inside the terminal, we're good. Also, I need food. A lot of food. I'm waiting for my item transfers to be finished. You're the only one left. Cool. Oh, and by the way, do not be worried about mobs. Since we had a QED, I made a magnum torch, so it can be dark. It's not going to be this dark, but it's fine. Mobs are not going to spawn. Not even there. I was hoping to watch them. Also, this is getting very irritating. Can I relog? Yeah, it's gone. So we don't really have a complicated setup, we just have the single controller that I made and it's powering the entire system. But just to give you a small information on what is going on, under this pedestal, the central one, we do have the infusion provider. There's a cable which goes to the controller, you can actually see it from here, that one, and that provides essentia to our infusion crafting. These are just a mix and match of different drives for essentia and items, because remember, this is not our main base, we don't need to do auto crafting over here, for the moment it's just storage and Thaumcraft. Over here I do have the alchemical furnaces with import buses, so it imports every essentia that I smelt into the system. Until we get the primordial pearl and manage to make the advanced version of this, this is going to be our setup. It's not very automatic, I put the items in manually. You see, we get the essentia, it gets imported. And here we have the alchemical constructs with something called essentia provider. But the essentia provider has to be connected to the alchemical construct and not the crucible, which kind of makes sense because you need nitor. And talking about nitor, you can just craft it easily. Oh, I hooked it up incorrectly. That's the front. I had to break them several times because I wasn't sure about the sides. It's fine, I'll fix it. Also, we don't have a door, but we don't need a door. We have the paving stones of warding. I can pass through, mobs cannot. All the good things aside, I think the drives for essentia are not really compatible with the fixtures. So I'm hiding a few drives down there. Also, now that I have a proper bedroom, let's decorate it a bit. Here is my bed, a coffin, some decorations for the walls, and I need 2 more banners. I will work on the details, don't you worry. Bit by bit. Also, for the alchemical constructs, because they do spit out everything that you make in them, let us make 2 hungry chests. This makes everything so much easier. And we just put you over here, and 1 for you. So if I want to craft some nitor, you should drop it inside the chest. Yes, perfect. We just moved, so it takes time to make this place homely. You know, I do have a few issues with Minecraft, which I really don't understand. We're supposed to be 2 meters tall, right? You know, 2 blocks should be like 2 meters? Maybe 195. So even though we're 2 meters tall, this is how you would look out of the window. And when you enter your room, you can't even see the top of your bed. So I thought maybe we lower it by 1 block? Maybe? Yeah, this would be much better. A bit more realistic. Also, I just realized making everything out of ancient stone was probably not a very good idea. We need some colors. But first things first, let us get a few gizmos. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why the hell I have so much aurum, it's 1000 of it, it's because our mob farm is producing us ethereal essence. They are for different aspects, but every time that you smelt one of them, you get 2 of the aspect that you want, but you also get 2 aurum. Hence, we have a ton of aurum. And I honestly have no idea how to deal with that. With the stupid amount of crystals that I have placed, there should not be any accidents or boo-boos. We have 49 on the top and 48 in the bottom, because, you know, we have the cable. This is Minecraft, every single inventory slot counts. So we're going to have the Ender Rift Focus. It's not that expensive, and that is going to be our portable Ender chest, so we don't need the Hand of the Ender anymore. And since we are going to go and look for a few blocks, it makes sense to have a Silk Touch pick. So it's book and slimes, yes. Thank you. Very good. Silk touch. I can take you home at least. Oh, and by the way, I added some purple fluid. It looks nicer. For the floor, we are going to use great wood, so let's take some of that. It didn't fall down. Actually, I kind of forgot. They're not affected by the fast leaf decay mod. And for the ceiling itself, I think we will go with infused stone. These ones, they look nice. If we kill them all, there are not going to be any witnesses, right? Exactly. Nobody saw that. You fly for a few minutes in the hopes of finding a ravine, and you don't find anything. When you don't have flight, you just fall in them and die. It's perfectly fine. We dig down. Any holes? Yes. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. I need so much. And also, considering the fact that it's going to be the roof, I need a lot of the same type. So it's not something that we would be able to finish in one day, but we would be able to gather just a bit. Maybe at least for my bedroom. Oh, the best Y level is Y level 32. If I find something of interest, I'll bring you in. I have been mining for a while and I discovered something very important. Muscle memory. It's the most garbage thing ever. Cause you know, the entire point of making a silk touch pick was to get the infused stone. These guys, correct? And every time that I wanted to mine them, I smashed them with a hammer, so we just got shards. It's okay, I'll keep them, later on we're going to fix it. The base is garbage anyways, it takes time to fix. But you might also notice that this series is a teeny tiny bit different than usual. We don't do everything together, I'm on my break, I have tons of time. So in between the cutscenes, it could be a few hours and a few things have happened which are a bit important. First off, I have no idea how, because I'm not sure if I was supposed to get it or not, but I used the wyvern sword and I got a mob soul for skeletons. On its own, it's very garbage, but I found something else. I have so many storages everywhere, I get confused. I think it's here? Yes. Reaper 1. Reaper is actually, oh, you're empty. Is an enchantment from Draconic Evolution, which is supposed to give you the mob souls. And well, we do have a mob farm over here, which is giving us treasure bags. I was opening them and sometimes they give you potions, enchanted books, golds and etc. And well, we got Reaper. But Lush, Reaper 1 is garbage. That is extremely true if you don't have Bibliocraft. We have Bibliocraft, we have the printing press, we can dupe it as much as we want, and get Reaper 5. That is going to give us a higher chance of getting mob souls and therefore we would be able to make spawners from Draconic Evolution. And you might also notice my inventory. Yes, I found the missing link for the Withering bee. When I was mining, I found a princess. The attuned princess. Actually, this is literally the only one that I found and thankfully it was pristine. So I'm hoping that you guys are ready for a very fast round of bee breeding. And Gendustry. And yes, I used another nether star in order to make the energy crystals from Draconic Evolution, the advanced versions, because, well, later on we can use it inside the base. But just to understand what the hell am I doing at this very moment, well, I'm breeding bees. I do have the automation upgrade, so they keep breeding forever and ever until the inventory is full, and my whole goal is to get drones. What do I do with drones? I put them inside the genetic sampler, and you know, get samples. None of the samples that I'm getting at this very moment are going to be great, but there is something which is important. If he would give it to us, would be lovely. You need like 20 drones, so the chances... Oh, actually we got it. This one. The species sample. Modest. So just in case my bees die, I can recreate them. I already have one for the Imperial bee. Also, we don't need to breed the Modest anymore. Go to hell. Oh, and the garbage samples that you get, you can just smelt and get the cells back. Another thing is that a few episodes ago when we were doing bee breeding, I said we don't need the advanced mutatron. That's because I was stupid. We really need that. Do you know why? Because for example, we will have a Modest princess. I will put a cultivated drone. I can choose what kind of queen I want. For example, I really want the Sinister. At this time we had only one option, but you get the idea. You can have 4 options, you can choose the one that you want. So Sinister goes in, what happens? Oops, okay, you're a jerk. Actually, I should have analyzed you. So you need flower type nether. Aha, so nether wart? I'm not good with bees. There is a flower. Recognize it. Ouch. Okay, she recognized it. Oh my goodness, she's a jerk. But for the moment we do have the Sinister, we need to let it run for a very long time to get drones. We have 2 Sinister drones and we would be able to make 2 new bees. Findish, which I already don't like, and Frugal. And of course you guys know the drill, we have to analyze them to see what the hell are they going to do. Cactus. Okay, so for you it's too cold and too humid. I had some upgrades. My goodness. Can I like take 4 from you and put it there? We heat it up and we dry it down. You're good. You're also good. And a jerk. I would like to inform you that bee breeding is going fantastically well. We take sinister, we take fiendish, and we get demonic. Oh, you're flammable. Okay. But we're getting very close to the withering bee. If we take modest and frugal, we get this guy. Austere, whatever it is, and well, breeding continues. That's what it does. This is gonna be fun. Why do I have an extra heart? Oh, you keep them. Interesting. Also, this time, I'm taking my bet. We set our spawn and pick up the grave. We run. I told you bees are jerks. I never liked them, but I don't have a choice. I thought to myself I have solved the missing link, but no, there was another missing link. The infernal hive. Be a good one. Yes, you're a good one. I also take the quartz, just in case. That was an incredibly lucky find. I mean, I literally dug down next to the pump and, well, I dug around a bit. And just in case you're wondering, yeah, I was trying to breed bees according to a chart and it seems the chart is wrong. Also, after this, we're making a quarry. Because I'm not really going to dig for bees anymore. So you don't explode, what do? You just bite. I hope you just bite. Should we check? Yeah, she's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I went up ahead and made the Withering Queen. There were like 4 or 5 steps more and I thought it's getting boring, but actually the chart that I found online was wrong. But it seems I was kind of correct. Well, by me being correct, I mean the NEI was being correct. We got the demonic princess together, but what we needed was a spiteful drone, which is a combination of infernal, which we found together, and hateful drone. Hateful is a combination of eldritch and infernal, and eldritch, although sounds very cool, it does not give you anything from Thaumcraft, which is a combination of attuned, which I found during a mining session, and cultivated. Or it could have been a combination of other things as well. But who cares? We have the Withering Queen. Anywho, if we analyze this guy, now comes the fun part. The bees have different traits, correct? Lifespan for the Withering bee is very short, means that it's very garbage. Production is lowest. And it also withers you, all the time. So what do? We genetically manipulate it. I have been processing a ton of drones and we did manage to get a few good gene samples. You see, speed, fast, means that it's going to produce everything faster. And then we can increase the lifespan. There are a few other things that we can do as well, but basically, you need to make yourself a genetic template and take one of the samples that you want. You put it in a crafting grid, and you might notice that there are 13 chromosomes that you can manipulate. I have already added 5 gene samples, we're adding a 6th one. Instead of netherwort, we're just adding flowers. Now if we put our Withering Queen inside a genetic imprinter with that stupid gene template, what is going to happen? Hopefully one day, takes time, we get a new Withering Queen. Let's analyze it. You might notice the lifespan has been increased and production is now fast. And instead of 1 baby, we get 2. Oh, and by the way, the withering effect is gone. So actually that is it. We're done. We just put you inside... Where did I put you? Ah, in the Bealyzer. Yes. Basically we are done. He's productive. He's not going to poison us. And we need to have a skull on top. Of course, he can be improved more. I just searched fastest, and if you look at the gene sample in the NEI, you might notice that some of the bees are going to give us that. But those are things that I will try in between the episodes. I will try to get more bees, especially for platinum, because we never have enough platinum, and if I have a bee for it, I'll be really happy. And then maybe update you in 1 or 2 episodes after everything has gone fine. But yeah, I'm not getting withered. I can remove my talisman, and you see we are fine. I have done Gender 3 before, but never to this extent, and I'm sure I'm never going to do that again. Also, I think what we're going to do is that we're going to designate this area for Gender 3 and bees in general. It's a cozy hill corner, why the hell not? But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.